Hello students, welcome back to another session of object-oriented programming. In this video, I'm going to explain the control structure. In the previous video, we were discussed about conditional statement, and in this video, we are going to begin the looping statement. In looping statement, we have for, while, do, while statements available, and particularly this video is prepared to explain about the for looping. So before going to the for loop, what is the purpose of the loop? Loops are in the program and it is expected to repeat the execution one or more statement until the condition reaches false or condition is terminated. So until expression gets false, the loop will be executed continuously with one or more statement. We can say in other words, if you want to print a number 1 to 10 times, so it is a repetition of job. It is expected to make some sum of number for every range, for each and every range. So we need a looping. So one of the looping is called for loop that executes number of times. So for loops are called definite loops because we know how many number of times it is going to execute. So if you know number of times that is going to be performed the operation, we can use to say that this is a definite loop. So the other side there is a infinite loop which we may not understand how many number of times that is going to be printed. Mean continuously it is going to be printed without terminating the loop. Now coming to the for loop syntax, for will be begin with header, and once header operation is successful, we will have a curly brace with the body statement, or even without curly brace a single statement can be executed. So for as a header which consists of initialization, condition and update. 3 parameters are there, each ends with the semicolon. Here initialization semicolon is entered, condition semicolon. So this is a header, and either we can open the curly brace and close, mean body of statement can be there, or we can have a single statement. So initialize expression is actually the one which begins a loop. So based on the initialization only the loop begins, and until the condition evaluate to false, the loop will be performed. So loop will be terminated if the condition value gets evaluated false. And the update expression here, update expression will be executed every time when the loop goes to the next level, either by increment or by decrementing the value. So this is the syntax of the for loop. So initialization, let us discuss about the first part, initialization here. It performs once in a while, that means in the beginning of the loop only it is going to perform the job. Okay, it is going to initialize the value. It tells the compiler what is the variable or the counter that is going to be used in the loop. Okay, and it can be start with any value. It's not expected always 0 here, but it is the loop is mentioned here by 10. Okay, so it can be any value that you can begin with the loop. Okay, now condition expression. So the middle one, the condition expression. It is the Boolean expression that makes true if you want to continue. I mean, if the condition is true, the loop will be executed until the condition gets false. The loop is going to execute. Once it is false, loop will be terminated. So the Boolean expression can be with any relational operator. Okay, equals, not equals, greater than, less than, less than, greater than, less than equals, greater than equals. All this operator can be used. Okay, so for making the expression here. Update expression. So update is the one which decides for increment or decrement in every iterations. So every iteration will be decided here by increment or by decrement. Okay, so this statement will be executed after each iteration for every for loop. Okay, so it will be updated the value. So based on the updation value, the condition may also get changed. Okay, so these are the 3 part of for loop. Sometime you may omit the initialization or the condition or the update. Okay, so if you omit the initialization, no initialization performed, so there may be no loop counter is missing. No condition is given. In a sense, it is always considered, your loop is always considered as a true. So the loop is always considered as true. It is going to be fall on infinite loop. Infinite loop, in a sense, the loop will not be terminated. No update in a sense, the loop count, since there is no initializing value or no loop counter, here there is nothing to count, or either by increment or by decrement, nothing will be there. Okay, so no increment operation is performed or no decrement operation is performed. The loop counter keeps the same value. So the same value means there is no value. Okay, so if it is so, it's going to be fall on the infinite loop. Okay, for example, we say for there is no initialization, there is no condition, and there is no updation here. So if this loop is going to execute, what will happen? It continuously keep on printing welcome to Java without termination. So this type of loops called is infinite loop. Okay, because of this three, initialization, condition, updation is omitted. Okay, so this will get stuck. Okay, infinite loop always gets stuck. So there is no Boolean expression to terminate. If there is a condition operator, it will terminate. Otherwise, it is never going to reach as a false. Understand? It never reaches false. What will happen? Every time the loop is understanding the expression, understanding as a true only. Every time understanding true, the condition with the true value mean it is going to continue. So here there is no false value. So it is the problem. So it is going to be stuck your program. If you have multiple statements in the loop, for example, I have for loop here with the header, and there is no curly brace here, it's not open, but we have system.out.line, we are printing the I variable here, and we have another statement to print the second line. What will happen? So if there is no body statement, I mean curly brace or body statement presence, what will the for loop do is going to take the first statement only. It is considering the body statement as a single statement if there is no curly brace open or body statement open here. Okay, so once the loop is over, then the second line will be printed. Okay, if you have multiple statement, we have to be serious about what you want to perform. You want to perform the both line or multiple lines or single lines. So if you are going to have multiple lines, we should put it in the curly bracket inside as a body statement. So what is the scope mainly for this looping? For example, you want to repeat to print all these numbers. Okay, so it takes some 5 lines. So in order to avoid the number of lines, we can write all those things in a single step by using the loop. Okay, system.out.line, we are going to do the same. We are using I variable here, and we are going to concatenate whatsoever that is happened based on the looping here. I starts with 1, so 1 multiplies 1. Okay, so based on the looping, we can do the same operation within a single line here. So many lines will be eliminated. So repetition of lines will be eliminated, and it can be solved in a quick way. So that's one of the scope here in the for loop. So these are the details about the for loop. We will see separate video for the demonstration. Thank you very much for watching this video.